Hi everyone, this is the Spring summary recording for the TimePro Spring 330, and I'm here with Tom, Lou, Lorraine, and Cookie. Let's get through it. So first of all, for the Spring review and retro, our Spring goal for the previous sprint was to sync all CRM data into the China staging test tenant. So this is to test and prepare for the final China tenant in production, and we will go into the details a little bit more later on. This is Spring, well, this was Spring 330, and it lasted two weeks. Next, for the timesheet data, Tom worked on TimePro most of the time, and JK and me provided a little help. Next, for the Spring backlog, we have 4 PBIs for the last sprint. 2 of them are done. So let's get to the done PBIs. The first done PBI is to create a new tenant, a new China tenant on staging. This has been done, and we can see this test tenant on the portal. Okay. And the next big PBI is to sync all CRM data into the China staging test tenant we just talked about. And this has been done by Tom. Tom, could you elaborate on this one?
Oh, yes. So first, let me share my screen to you guys.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so this was the staging tenant for the SSW TimePro. So first of all, I did a little bit of CRM syncing on this page and sync the last month's data. So as you guys can see, we have all the clients here, and we have all the projects, and all the iterations and the categories. And also, I have created several timesheets here and some invoices. So for the test, and we have make the invoice generating process right. So I can use this button to generate a PDF invoice for our new Chinese tenant. Okay. So it should take a while. Okay. As you guys can see, it successfully generated a new invoice. So back to you, Jim.
Thank you, Tom. I will take over the screen sharing. Okay, that's the 2 done PBIs. Let's get back to the email. We have 2 PBIs left in progress. First one is to fix a bug where there is a deprecated code for SharePoint setting. And the other one is to create China tenant in production. Okay, next, the suggested timesheet usage drops from 76% to 68%. The automatic timesheet usage drops from 52% to 48%. And next, let's look at the spring burn down. Because we increased the scope during the spring, so the burn down does not perfectly match the ideal trend. Okay,
How
next
did that happen, just out of curiosity? Like, how did we get sort of 3/4 of the way through the sprint and then add more PBIs into it?
The thing is, so first of all, we want to the 1 week sprint. And because I didn't have enough time, I have worked 4 days on TimePro and 1 day for Elvin. And also, I was asked to do a Spring Review V2 on Monday, I think. Oh, no. It's that because I need to ping on Mike to do Spring Review summary, but he has an urgent client calling. So we have to postpone the Spring Review to the Tuesday. And after on that Spring Review, the add-on asked me to demo some of the changes I've done on the Monday and Tuesday. So it will make no sense to I don't know, to review 2 days work on the I don't know how to say that, because of a lot of things are put on together because of the Michael has urgent client call. So we don't have time, sufficient time to do the TimePro review. So we just try to extend the sprint to 2 weeks.
Right. So it went from a 1 week sprint to a 2 week sprint. And when you did that, you brought in some more PBIs. Is that
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, no worries.
Yeah. Okay. Next, for production deployments, we don't have any production deployments because we focus on China tenant for now. And for code coverages, basically they don't change much from previous sprints because we didn't make many code changes. For the pipeline health, we don't have any front end CI, and we have 2 backend CI, and they all passed. Okay, so for application health, we encountered a peak of failed requests, and Tom can give us a little bit more details.
Yes. So basically, these fail requests happened 3 weeks ago, and it was because of Microsoft bug. And me and JK, and I think Hugo, a lot of people gathered together, tried to figure out what happened. So basically, it is because Microsoft is updating this dynamic CIM, and it caused the failed request to TimePro, because every time you update the information in CIM, it will give a call to TimePro. So because Microsoft is slowly fixing this, we will try to watch on this situation will get better. But now it's not fixed, so we got a lot of fail requests. Okay. Okay,
Is
back to you,
this
Jim.
still a problem?
Yes. It is because I don't know. So first of all, Microsoft updates a lot of clients' email to empty, so it caused a lot of fail requests, because every time you update a field in CRM, it will update it will request the TimePro to update the data on TimePro database. And then Microsoft is fixing this, so it revert the emails or the email of client from empty to the formal value. So it still causes a lot of fail requests here. So yeah.
Is this bug or behavior documented anywhere? Like, is there a thread somewhere on the Microsoft forums or a GitHub repo or something that we can track this with?
Maybe there is. We've got an email from Chris, so maybe let me loop you in for the details.
That's fine. I just think it's probably worth throwing that on this email, right? Going, hey, here is the link to this problem that Microsoft are fixing.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that later.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Next, let's compare the state of epics. We're currently working on the SSW China tenant epic, and the progress has increased to 20% in the last sprint. Okay, for R&D, we did a research of data migration on TimePro. For AI usage, Tom has used Yakshiver, and he's also using Copilot with Cloud.
Just on the R&D, do you guys have the core activity or the supporting activity or something that this work was linked to?
Is that a documentation?
Maybe we don't have the link, or because on TimePro, previously we don't only have 1 people working for TimePro, and we don't have enough time to do the R&D. But maybe we'll try to do better in next spring.
Okay. Yep. it's just very good. Like, it's great to see something in here under R&D. That's really good. The next step would be to kind of link this back as a supporting activity or something, which itself is linked to a core activity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, Jim, we have some PBI that's related to the suggested times usage research. Maybe we can put the PBI here. Maybe.
Yeah, I agree so.
I'm very sorry, guys. I got to drop off for this other call.
No worries.
No worries.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Luke. Okay, let's move on to Copilot stats. We have Tom being the main presenter according to the Copilot summary. And for next main action point, we will need to update this image after this meeting because this one is outdated. Let's move on to the next Yak Shaver usage. We have 21 new PBIs created in the last month, and 13 of them are created from Yak Shaver. Next, we move on to the Spring Retro. What went well, Mike mentioned we got the spec review done, we got data migrated, and we created staging China tenant. And Tom mentioned we got a lot of help from JK, Lou, and Jerry. Thanks to them. What didn't go so well, Tom mentioned we got interrupted by 5UG and Scrum training in the middle. So that's the Spring Review and Retro for this spring. Let's move on to the Spring Forecast. So the spring goal for the next sprint is to create a China tenant in production. And here are the list of PBIs for next sprint. Hopefully, by the end of the next sprint, we will have a China tenant in production, which is ready to use by the accountants. So any questions or feedback for this spring summary?
No questions?
No.
Oh, hey, Lori.
Yeah.
Do you have any?
No.
Questions?
No.
Okay, awesome. And this video will be uploaded to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.